They're
5
considered
seconds.
the favorites.
I mean, RTK definitely took out his whip and stern words with his teammates here in the break. Like, as I said, there's just no way. Like, a tier 1 team is supposed to lose with this kind of.
Then again, to go a little bit easier on them.
No, we don't go easy on Elephant.
Can we go a little bit easier? Can I
Okay,
go,
but not
I'll
10%.
go,
I give you 10%.
they did get baited into picking a hero that's not necessarily at all in meta. So went to counter a hero that's very much in the meta, the Phantom Lens. And we have seen teams fail trying to do it multiple times.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, yeah, still, it's just. Imagine you put Secret into this position. Are they ever going to lose? No. Because they're very systematic, right? They take this, they take this. They keep taking things away from you and they never give anything back. Whereas Elephant, they were like, okay, take me. Take my entire arm.
Yeah, because I have 4 more, and then you lose.
And then you have 3 suddenly, and then only 2, and then 1, and suddenly you're behind and you lose.
Yeah, is the new Mortal Kombat in which that guy has like 6 hands?
Or
Goro? Is it Goro?
Something like that. Like, I'm not a super Mortal Kombat knowledgeable guy.
What?
I'm more of a Street Fighter guy.
Ah, okay, but I'm the man of many cultures. I like to go with the Street Fighter and the Mortal Kombat and a little bit of Tekken.
Turn to pick. Dire's turn to ban.
If you want, you can come.
Radiant's turn to ban.
We can do the. You remember?
I can talk to into the lizard microphone. Come on.
Let's keep safe distance
from
you at least. With Tsunami, I can work it out.
Hey. I am
10
safe.
seconds.
Nyx and that Prophet on the side.
Death Prophet.
5 seconds
Hero that got
remain.
nerfed significantly. Still a decent hero, just not broken anymore. And
Is it a viable position 5 still? But
nah, I think the stats got nerfed too much. It's still a very strong middle and offlaner though.
It
To
is
sense, and
Dire's
Abaddon
ban.
is not a hero
It
that
is
can pressure
Radiant's
DP.
It's
ban.
interesting that they go with an Abaddon
Against the
early
Nyx
on.
too.
Yeah, Nyx and that Prophet. I guess you can take care of the silences, which is nice, but maybe they
Dire's
have some
turn to
greater
ban.
idea why they're picking it. Obviously, a hero that in Season 1 has been
Radiant's
picked
turn to
so
ban.
many times by the likes of Lanham, who just is incredible on the hero. Some other position 5s that have tried it did not look as
Didn't work as
comfortable.
well, yeah. But Red Panda, I think he's kind of a specialist in these heroes. Like, he likes his Treant. He even played some post 5 Omni
10
Nights.
seconds remain.
He's
Didn't he
always
play
in a pretty
Brew
good
as well,
position.
right? Like in first season, they gave him one.
5 seconds. Radiant's turn
Mars,
to
there's still
pick.
Phoenix in the pool, which causes the cookie cutter standard combo.
Man, Elephant is just banning out so. PL the Darks here just.
Like,
Gets,
wow. We don't want to lose to that stuff again.
Hello. Can you
Oh,
guys
you're
hear
back?
me again?
Yeah.
I'm back.
You're doing?
Good.
10
Yeah.
seconds.
Enjoying our analysis.
It's been high level analysis.
5
Exactly what I'm
seconds.
hoping for.
So what do you think the next pick? Kind of get your...
My bearings. Let's see. Elephant, Abaddon, Mars.
maybe a
Dire's
position
turn
4
to
right
pick.
now.
Shadow Demon.
Almost.
Shadow Demon. Okay.
Almost. Dark
That's okay.
Realm, Shadow
Why
Realm.
did they pick Shadow Demon?
I
Radiant's
don't know.
turn.
Maybe
One good
preempting a
answer?
faceless void.
Oh, what?
What?
Wow.
Dead hero?
Okay, this dead hero in the form of an enigmatic creature does have a very high win rate in pubs.
Really?
I have no idea why. Yeah,
I
but
mean, Enigma, like,
10
if you get to level 7,
seconds.
it's just early game, you're much, much worse.
5 seconds remain.
The hero.
And he didn't get like anything in return for. I guess he wasn't that big of a Necrobook builder these
Dire's
days.
turn to pick.
I mean, still,
Storm
like,
Spirit.
Mid-game, you're the same. It's just your early laning phase that suffered a little bit.
look, he wasn't a Necrobook
It
builder,
is
but he was a
Dire's
builder of
ban.
Eidolons, and
You're
those were
out.
taken
It
away
is
from him.
Radiant's
Like,
Yeah.
your Eidolons are just so damn weak early on because of the cooldown. I mean,
Going back to the Shadow Demon though, Shadow Demon is a hard counter to Death Prophet because purge her, she can't use herself to save her with the siphons, get back to full health. It's a very good answer against the DP.
you can still
10
put her on some
seconds
support,
remain.
but even after the nerfs, I guess if you
Maybe
use that
it's
counter.
very risky to do.
5 seconds.
Then you have a Storm pickup, very good. You have.
It
I
is
mean,
Dire's
I
ban.
was a little bit afraid, I guess, of the deep silence.
Yeah, I
You
just
got
don't like
Black
the.
Hole.
I don't like the team fight composition of Elephant at all because they don't have any. You have Mars with the arena,
But then you have static remnant.
And then that's it. Oh, a ton of damage. But the
10
a lot of
seconds.
damage.
But there's a lot of pretty neat combos, like Abaddon saves the Storm in fights, you don't
5
have to worry about
seconds
silence.
remain.
Shadow Demon is incredible with Mars on the lane as well. Later on in the game, they just need to round up this draft. I feel like something very greedy on that safe lane carry.
Medusa.
Exactly,
Medusa is good.
that's what I was thinking.
They definitely will ban Medusa here. Because it's also one of the only heroes that actually is good against the Nick.
Yeah.
And fits their lineup. These kind of drafts that Elephant has drafted themselves into need this just extra bit of something from the carry. You can't go standard carry and everything will be fine.
Medusa myself. It's just Medusa into Nyx is
Not great.
Yeah, but you get
Can be rough.
you get raw mana now. So what
You still
they
get
nerfed
very
her.
high end gain.
She does have a high end game, but they nerfed that ever so slightly in the B patch to exchange for the fact that she's getting raw mana.
I'm just gonna tell you though, if Medusa ever reaches level 30, do you still get forced to take all talents? No, right? You don't have to.
Radiant's turn
Why?
to
What's wrong
battle.
with her?
Because you
have
get
to.
an 80 intel.
Actually, I don't think I've
Oh,
ever
yeah.
been. I don't
That's
think
true.
I've been 30 since the patch.
I don't think you're forced to skill anymore, actually.
Tsunami has. He's been
Been 30.
30.
30
a real long
for 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
No, I actually don't think you
10
get forced to anymore. So
seconds
it's
remain.
a
Yeah, you
little
don't have
bit
to.
better.
That's why, like, well, I think
5
why are you just not letting
seconds remain.
skills auto select? Like, once I hit 27, just give me the first talent. But it's because sometimes you don't want it.
Yeah, like Chrono AoE, for example. Sometimes you actually just don't want
Yeah.
it. Like it ruins your team.
But you're only talking about level. Does it
Yeah.
force you into taking
I
a
don't think it does.
I don't
No,
think
it
it does
doesn't.
because the previous levels also
Radiant
don't.
must
Right.
choose.
The previous levels you can choose talents.
And
then
they
on
go
Terrorblade-
Sand King middle. Let's go. That's probably off.
Most likely, but yeah.
Sand King Enigma lane?
Yeah, it's a mid prophet or a death prophet, 4 Enigma, or 5.
And
5
maybe
Enigma's
5
dead.
Enigma. But, like, yeah, what do you
10
do as a 5 Enigma?
seconds.
Take 1 range creep every.
Look at that conversation.
5
They're
seconds.
really
They're like,
crunching
"Why
the numbers. and
Enigma, dude, I
everything.
didn't mean
Man,
to
what are you
press
doing,
Enigma.
man? I want that Sigma. I fly by. Do you play Enigma or do you want Sand King? I want Sand. I don't want to play Enigma.
It's very flexible. Like you really don't know what RNG will be doing with their drafts.
It could be off Enigma and 4 Sand King as well.
Could be mid Sand King, go playing DP with Nyx Assassin.
Could be off
Enigma
Juggernaut,
safe lane
1
with-
Enigma. And
No,
This
okay, but we don't consider Enigma to be a good position 5 anymore because of the cooldown of the
Correct.
ice.
but we haven't seen it yet. Maybe it's
He
outside.
really levels like that.
Select your hero.
Okay.
Make
Not
the
bad.
ultimate choice.
I don't like this stuff.
There's so many stuns and silences that he needs to be worried
And
about.
the thing is, Abyssal is not a thing anymore. You have no counter to Black Hole now.
Yeah.
Who is
also
playing
true.
Enigma? It's a 4 Enigma.
It's a 4 Enigma.
So he's going to have somewhat of a farm priority. Once he gets his Blink BKB, it's lights out for Elephant.
What do you think about the laning stage itself?
Who's playing a deep?
You know, it's a big nerf in the laning stage, but Enigma is still viable hero. Like you
Prepare
can't
for
just
battle.
be able to deny a lot of creeps in the laning stage, but once you get the BKB blink, they have nothing to stop it with, so it could be a bit problematic for Elephant.
Thank you very much. Going into game number 2, Elephant, first one, it looked like it was one that they should have had. They let it go, and now they're fighting for the series. And RNG, it looks like they could be in a decent position to even 2-0 Elephant, which would be a big series for them to take. And one that might really push them into potential major talk.
Sure, like they need to win this one. They have first game in the bag, and
Just
I
30
still
seconds
feel they
now.
have a much better draft. They have a superior team fight. You have Sanking, DP, Nixus. Like a lot of these abilities are long cooldown. Like Storm Spirit, he's not relying on cooldown to fight. Neither is Shadow Demon pretty much. Troll can just deal damage with right clicks. Abba doesn't rely on cooldown, so we'll have to see how they're gonna cycle those abilities. Sometimes, you know, you might not need to have all the abilities up to be able to
versus
fight.
Dire.
God King, let's see the spear. He's gonna start with
Down to
Rebuke.
this.
God's Rebuke still taking a lot of damage. I know FY was trying to step in front of God King. Didn't have anything for another 16 seconds, but the right clicks. Oh, it might be enough.
First blood is on
And
the ground, and we're already looking
He's just
for
gonna run
more.
it down. Boots of speed, got half a level already. Disruption got a huge buff, you know. Illusion duration went from 8 seconds level 1 to 11 seconds. Those 3 extra seconds are pretty big.
Yeah, a big buff on the front end of that spell. Obviously the same at the back end, 14-14. But now I'm worried for RNG. Are we going to see more of the same in the beginning of the game?
No kills at all for 15 minutes, and then they make a huge comeback.
Yeah. Let's just come back. Take one good fight, make elephants scared to fight us. Almost bring it 60 minutes. I'm also very interested to see this Death Prophet, because we have not really seen Death Prophet much at all. Seems like a hero that's just been kind of pushed to the side, not a good mid anymore compared to other options.
She was a bit OP as a position 5, I would say. I don't think it's viable to be played as 5 anymore. In certain situations, yeah, you can play whatever the hell you want, but are you going to win the game? Maybe yes, maybe no. Still, as a mid laner, she feels really strong, and I like that Prophet as a counter to Abaddon, where
Right.
he can't pop the ulti because he's silenced. You can just completely ignore it. I've seen a lot of games throughout the major where it was the exact same matchup. Like Abba, he needs to be close to the teamfight to use his abilities to land the good saves, but against the Dead Prophet, it's problematic. It's a huge AoE silence. Once it's maxed out, it's a 6-second duration. A bit too much. I'm
Radiant's
watching the
courier
bottom
has
lane,
been killed.
Sanking starting with the Burrow Strike.
not for the likes
I
of
can
you.
understand that. He's playing into
Someone
range
lays
hero,
blame.
so it's going to be tough. They push the lane. They don't allow Sanking to use the Caustic Finale. This is what he wants to do in most of the matchups. And he is the playmaker in this game, so they need to set him up for a good game. Like, this time around, you can't afford to get, like, any shenanigans out of him. You can't go greedy. Like, it needs to be a Blink Dagger early on to be able to fight with the team.
Right.
Because Nyx Assassin 5 can't really make any aggressive moves. You need levels on the hero to be able to get that level 6. It's a slow type of a lineup coming out from RNG in this one. They're relying on a lot of team fight. Mid lane,
Stones.
Somnus.
In trouble. Somnus trying to go for this Spirit Siphon enough to keep him alive. It's a level 2 Siphon. Cryptsworm hits onto Somnus, but he's still throwing some damage back at him. He's got an empty bottle now. D-Stone's trying to keep up. Won't be able to do so.
Didn't want to fully commit. Could have probably chased him down. He has
Radiant structures are
35
fortified.
extra movement speed on top of Storm. But Fairy Fire, and there is a Bounty Rune that he will be able to pick up.
And FY already has Arcane
Stupendous!
Boots again.
He got first blood.
Masterfully denied.
And they got another kill up top on Super. And it's just a lot of gold for the Shadow Demon. I'm interested to see what FY really wants to build
It's just Ether Lens.
going further. What a Shadow Demon with FY's amount of farm can get done.
Flyby bottom lane.
Yeah, he's gonna die here. He was standing right on top of a sentry. Place that down. Nowhere for him to go. They've got the damage. Red Panda gets the kill on a flyby. And still we're seeing RNG have their struggles in the early parts of this game.
It's a tough one because Enigma is jungling. In the interview yesterday, Team Secret talked about
sweet.
how they like to play, you know, some heroes jungle. They're trying to figure out what's happening. Yappy talked about the jungle Venomancer, how strong he is. He got surprised by it, and we see some of the jungle heroes coming back, because this is Enigma just straight up jungling.
God, Flyby again. He's been dusted. You're gonna try and get the kill here. Burrow strike away, but the missed coil's there for
Coil actually gets him.
Keep in from FY, that'll refill Somnus's bottle. And they might want to go on T-Stones. This is just straight aggression. Exactly how the game was played the first time.
It's gonna be very hard for them to make moves. They need to play with the catapults. Like, I don't expect RNG to make any like aggressive moves until they get level 6 on a Dead Prophet, level 6 on Enigma. He's going into mech, what it seems to be on Enigma, like just mech, blink, BKB seems to be the choice. Maybe BKB before the blink. We'll see how the game actually develops, but wants to be able to tank up the Eidolons, tank up his team.
So. The highly aggressive move. But he set himself up. He set himself up towards. Yang getting chased. Blazing Fury on top of him. He's getting his mana drained out by Super.
Storm farming a huge stack. FY was very active.
I'm over here.
Stacking is one of the best heroes to stack with. You can use the illusions, you can use attacks, shadow poison, and this will get Storm Spirit to level 6.5. We'll pick up a bounty and just go back. Potentially, if rune spawns stop, let's see what it is. No, it's bottom Arcane Rune. These stones will borrow that one up.
To my house.
So he needs to run back, and potentially he can gank the side lane. Like, in terms of side lanes, bottom is already in a really bad state, because Sanking died one time after he respawned, TP'd back, so he had to walk back to the lane.
Dire's top tower
It's a
is
rough
under
one for
attack.
him, and he can't go back to jungle, because this is where Enigma is. Too many people in the jungle, not a good recipe.
Yang.
What is this
Stun goes
madness?
out. They get the kill to Yang. Not sure why he turned around and went like that. Maybe trying to beat him in there quicker. After Super, they've got the Vortex, the turnaround. Do they have the damage? Spike Carapace not going to be enough. Getting the mana out of Somnus's hands is not going to keep you alive, however.
Can be done. Meanwhile, at mid
Radiant
lane, the
should
catapult,
look to
these
their
stones
middle
playing with that
tower.
Arcane Rune. So that's going to be a lot of damage. They need to make a rotation, otherwise this TP is going to die. It's being
There
cleaned out.
is little
Also
hope
Enigma,
for
also
Radiant's
coming to the
middle
mid lane.
tower.
Does have mana boots. Mars is level 6, but this
Radiant's
tower is just going to
middle
drop.
tower
This is
is
actually
no more.
huge for RNG.
Big tower to get, and opening up the map. You need a little bit more space here with the heroes that they've picked. They've got an Enigma that's really trying to take over the jungle.
Radiant should look to
Got
their
the
bottom
root
tower.
flyby. He's got 2 seconds until he's got another burrow strike. Goes to the other side. Can he hide under the trees? He's still playing Ring
He's
Around
gonna
the
chase him down with
Rosie,
the face.
and ooh, he's got him.
A bit of RNG there against the RNG.
You're not
Felix
fit to
dies
fight
to
in my
Yang, who
war.
drops down that arena. So a couple of kills being got here for Elephant. I guess the difference is RNG have 1 this time. They've got 1 kill instead of 0.
Big W for them.
The big dubs.
Compared to the previous game, yeah. And they're going for greedy build. Like, Juggernaut is in jungle as well, trying to farm the Battle Fury, Nyx Assassin, soaking up some experience on the top. Also Enigma. Like, they can't have 3 people being in the jungle.
Right. Really difficult for them to split all this farm. Worried to see if they can reliably split all this. Usually when you see it get split so thin, these teams tend to crumble pretty quickly because they just can't find the farm to keep up. Throw strike onto the Abaddon. Yours continuing to chase. Flyby.
Double damage.
Silenced. He's dead.
I'll be
Daibai not having a really good in this game.
for me.
Ball
No
lightning,
help
Spike
whatsoever.
Carapace. Stun onto this storm, but they just don't have anybody to
Zip-zap.
follow this up. Super's gonna get
Killing
chased all the way up to the
spree.
tower, and they have yet another kill, making 9-1 Elephant.
Pretty much the same story as game number 1.
Dire
Still,
should
team fight
look
from
to their
RNG
top
is
tower.
super strong. Dead Prophet
are
managed to take
scanning
down
for
the tower.
enemies.
On a mid lane, she's level 9. They need to play around DP. DP needs to be active because Sanking is not having a good time. He died 4 times already, is level 6, needs to find the farm somewhere.
Some bit of farm. I can't believe Sand King. Second to last on the no. Got the medallion on the Abaddon. We'll be looking for the Solar Crest. We'll see if D Stones use that exorcism to get another tier 1 tower. Super on the run, ball lightning, one more shot with that medallion placed on him.
Fortified their
So Super
structures
will
against
die
attack.
again, but it
Radiant's
doesn't look
bottom
as though they're
tower
going
is
to
in danger.
give up this tier 1 bottom.
None on this
Unless they
stage shrink
make
from a fight.
another rotation
Dire
in.
should look
Not
to
sure
their middle
what
tower.
they expect to accomplish, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're bringing the bars in. It's
Dire's
time.
middle tower is
They have the arena down to cap this Enigma. Felix dies quickly. Yang just skirting out. He's got the aphotic shield. Yours moving forward. This is okay for Elephant, but they got the Burst Strike to bring down Eurus. So stayed alive, it would have looked good. Now you lose Eurus, you lose Yang, and RNG come out on top.
They also lose the tower.
There
Like,
is
one
little
good thing in
hope
that
for
fight
Dire's
is
middle
because the
tower. Radiant should
TP
look to
radius
their
got
top
changed,
tower.
and you can like TP into the trees. Like, you can do so many good things with that new
Radiant's top
TP.
tower
Like,
is under attack.
Mars was TPing top, like we're gonna see that again, and they don't scout it out. So he comes from the northern side, but still damage from the DP ulti. The Sandstorm is a bit too much. They have good saving abilities. They have a coil. They have a disruption from Shadow Demon, but the damage after they use Arena is just not enough. And Troll doesn't deal that much damage. The good thing for them is Juggernaut is keeping up with the Troll. They also managed to bring down the 2 towers. Their tier 1 tower on the top is still pretty healthy. So all good. Elephant, they don't have enough tower damage to just keep the pressure. Like, they have had a lot of advantage. They had almost 3k gold advantage coming out from the laning stage, but losing 2 towers kind of set them back, and the ability to push the towers is going to be a pretty big deal.
Yeah, that last fight, Eurus, he used his ult pretty early on in that exchange. And he's just trying to run without the battle trance and without any survivability. He gets really caught out, and I mean, that's a really good fight for RNG. Our scoreline is almost equal with what we saw in game 1. Goes to 12-4, then 12-6. We might be watching a replay.
These Stones with the silence. He's trying to get the rune.
Omni, not
I
doing
don't
a
think
lot
they're
of
getting a
damage to
kill
Yang.
from this one
Tower is in
unless they get a
danger.
stun from Nyx.
Okay.
So that Prophet has 2,000 gold.
Dire should look to their
On top of Hood,
tower.
brown boots, BKB queued up. I don't like that. You need man reach. Having a... Okay, so he
Dire's
changes
top
his
tower
mind.
is
I
under
like that a
attack.
lot more. You know, getting boots of travel so you can be more active on the map. I
Dire's
also
top
wouldn't mind
tower
seeing the
is
Yule
fallen.
Scepter, just to have a bit more mana sustain. Hood BKB just sounds awful.
Yeah, I don't know if I really like the early BKB. I agree with you there. I just would like to see something be built with this advantage that can really give you more.
They survived through the laning stage. That's what matters for RNG.
Yeah.
Sanking, you know, managing to recover a bit, was involved in 2 kills, no last hits whatsoever. Has the bottle and the blink queued up. He's gonna skip that bottle. No need to go for a bottle at the moment, considering you're so close to blink. Has that trusty shovel, just needs to use it.
If they can get the blink daggers on the Enigma as well as the Sand King at the same time, that could certainly line up to be a very disastrous fight for Elf.
All they need is that like one good fight. Same thing has happened in game number 1, where they took one good fight and Elephant started respecting them more, started to not put so much pressure on them.
Right.
Both carriers will have a Battle Fury pretty much at the same time. Troll will hit it maybe 20-30 seconds earlier.
God King
Dire's
into the
middle tower
jungle,
is
but
under
not
attack.
finding any camps to farm. He spent all that time searching and he found nothing. No camps. It's unfortunate. Slow down that Battle Fury just a little bit. Orchid picked up for Storm. We'll see how he can snowball out of control with that item pickup.
Different item builds of the Storm Spirit. We've seen some Storms getting Kaya, sometimes even Kaya Sanj into BKB. Status resistance is good against the silences, against the stun, but Orchid is a better pick-off item, where you can just solo kill people going into BKB. Like, it's a standard build from the previous patch. People try to experiment. I still feel Orchid in most situations is just a bit better than getting that like Kaya Sanj type of a build.
Right. So they have the Blink Dagger now available for the Sand King.
Red Pandas got things
Fury.
out. Invis.
Lightning in, they've got the Orchid. They're gonna try and get this kill. Is there any time for him? It doesn't look like it. God King gets the Battle Fury, but he ends up dying soon after. They're still trying to follow this up. Super Spike Carapace, Impale, Burrow Strike, all coming through. The got stuns on a three. And the Exorcism doing some damage here. FY, he's taken out by the Crypt Swarm from D-Stones. They've got themselves one.
They
They'll
need to
look
get
over
more.
again. He's trying to TP out. And they Burrow Strike not in time.
Enigma was
close.
taking him up using the black hole able against two supports, but they needed a bigger kill. Pretty much the same spot where game one made a turnaround.
They have Vision of Yours.
Good play from Enigma. You know, he TPs first to the tier 2 tower, shift Q's mech, uses it instantly, tries to save. Like, if that mech goes off, Juggernaut actually lives.
Could have been massive. I think getting those 2 support kills, though, kind of stabilizes a little bit. They do end up now looking to back off the Enigma and get into the Blink Dagger, find that double blink initiation that RNG have with the Burrow Strike as well as the Black Hole.
Stupendous!
We'll see, though, because that's a lot of time now for Elephant. They've got Troll, who's starting to pull away in terms of net worth.
Eager to know
He hasn't really been touched. Like,
Darius
Eurus,
is now active.
he's had a free game up to this point.
Yeah, he's been involved in a lot of the kills in the laning
Dire's
stage.
middle tower
They
is under attack.
played against the solo Sanking, so that's not really a surprise.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Roshan is being pinged out. They have Medallion ready, almost full Solar Crest on position 5. Abba, 16 minutes in, just needs the 100 gold. Shadow Demon will pick it up with Illusions. But this is taking a lot of time because Roshan just went out. How he clapped them. Blink on Enigma. Sanking also has a Blink Dagger. Like, this would be pretty big, but they're not having a good read what's happening.
Yeah, they're all away from
Radiant's
the
top
pit.
tower is in danger.
Unfortunately, everybody away.
Has been
This is
destroyed.
a very open road.
But his fleet with
Now,
fortified
he's getting
best
next for the
structures
storm,
eyes
so
again. Radiant's
Orchid
bottom tower is
he
in
got a
danger.
kill there on the Jug. He's starting to really snowball, keeping up with the Death Prophet. Want to fight into Aegis now. Black Hole Burrow Strike.
Philosopher's Stone, also farmed by Mars. So Shadow Demon will take that one. Shadow Demon is a position 4 that really scales well with levels, with the items. He has a Blink Dagger queued up, so he can set things up nicely. He can save people during the Omni Slash inside the Black Hole.
Idon getting spotted here by Red Panda.
I just don't like the build on these stones. Like, so much defensive
Dire's
items.
top
After
tower
picking up the
is
Hood,
under attack.
like, he still didn't die once.
Radiant's bottom
Most of
tower
the
is under
damage they
attack.
have is magical, but with the Yule Scepter, you can cancel the TPs, you can set things up, you can dispel Orchid, and also investing into earlier BKB doesn't seem like the choice here.
Right.
And he needs... You can see that he is struggling with the mana, uses pretty
Dire
much
should
2-3
look
crit
to their
forms,
top
and he's at
tower.
half mana already.
It could have been the Yules that, had he had it, maybe even stops like that Mars.
Dire's top tower is
He had
under
gone for the
attack.
Hood, so that would slow it down.
Double
I would like him
damage.
to get it. I know they have lockdown with the Burrow Strike and the Impale, Maleficus, but you know, having that Yule would be quite nice again.
For sure. We still haven't seen Black Hole nor Epicenter. They're smoke.
All is confusion.
An opening.
Everybody at the moment. Jug's keeping up with the Storm, but he's not keeping up with the Troll. His farm's just not getting as out of control as I thought it would.
It's not so much about him not, you know, being able to farm. They had pretty much the same timing on the Battle Fury. It's just that everyone is jungling. This is like kind of a pub game where RNG is not making any aggressive moves. They try to find an opening with the smoke. They manage to bring down the 2 towers, but they are afraid to show on lanes. So most of the time you will have sanking in the jungle, like even Dead Prophet is jungling. So that means someone's farm is gonna need to be sacrificed.
Right. So there's the BKB for the Death Prophet. BKB being built for the Enigma has the Ogre Axe getting delivered. Still needs quite a bit of gold to finish off this BKB. See if and when he gets that BKB, if that's the game changer, because we're still waiting on the black hole. They don't want to throw it soon after Roche. So RNG, they feel a little bit scared, and Elephant, they're gonna smoke and try and take advantage. I think this is the wise choice from them. Tree's still working with this Aegis.
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
Tier 1 taking some
Radiant's
damage.
top
Super in the
tower is under
trees.
attack.
Got Vendetta up in
Dire
4.
structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Again, nobody rotating from RNG yet. They're just farming.
Oh!
They love hitting creeps.
Dire's
Maybe they're just
bottom
waiting
tower
until
is
the
no more.
Aegis runs out.
Could be
Bit too
for the
scary
timing.
to fight into it. At least Enigma also find the Philosopher's Stone, so it's going to be much easier for him to farm a
Dire's bottom
BKB.
tower
Once
is
again, they don't
under
have a
attack.
single ability that can stop the black hole with. And getting Abyssal Blade, like Abyssal got nerfed, so you need to be very close. It's very hard to execute. Like at least you're a range hero, so you could potentially try to right click. You have a lot of attack speed from the troll, so could potentially bash Enigma.
Almost with his own BKB.
Not much happening.
No, I'd say it's
Thank you, beauties.
there's a big team fight here. RNG that's available. Elephant, they had a little bit of an advantage, but they don't want to use it again. They get a little bit gun shy in terms of going for these kills.
They have 2 big items. That Prophet has that BKB, has a hood, super tanky. They're waiting for Juggernaut to finish the Manta style. There it is, so he can dispel things. You can dispel Soul Catcher, most importantly Silence from the Orchid, Silence from possibly Abaddon as well. You can dispel the Solar Crest. You can't dispel Shadow Poison anymore, so that's a pretty big change for Shadow Demon.
They're going defensive again. Stones going Lincolns.
This is too defensive. Like this is extremely defensive item build. I don't like it. Like you could potentially turn that into Hex. I wouldn't mind that. Just Lincoln Sphere
Dire's
against.
top
No, I'm
tower
not sure
is
against
under
what.
attack.
Zip from
Radiant
Storm,
structures are
Orchid,
fortified.
Fuel setup from Mars.
Radiant's bottom tower
doesn't
is
sound too
under
great.
attack.
Yoix Midnight pulse down, blinks over to the side. FY, he's found him. He'll stop
Double
TP. Really well done there by
Radiant's
FY.
tower is
Felix
under
is gonna get
attack.
caught, ball hanging all the way in. He'll pop the mech, but it's not gonna keep him alive. And
Is no
well,
more.
Trixie tries to get cheeky with it, throw down a Midnight Pulse and blink back, but FY was ready, and he's got a
Healing
blink of his own.
Ward. Okay, that's just. I think Healing Ward actually expired. I don't think Mars killed it there, but good pick off on Enigma, slowing him down a bit. But they're saving those good black holes, good epic enters for the later portion of the game.
For TI.
Saving strats, saving abilities.
It's always good to save some strats, but sometimes strats grow and they get older. Let them be free. Use them.
They just didn't find an opportunity.
No.
They used smoke 2 times, couldn't manage to find anything. Like this build on Dead Prophet actually reminds me of like Mushi Medusa build, the Manta style Lincolns.
Right.
One of the so-called most useless builds in the history of Dota, where you don't actually do anything, you don't deal damage, you're just taking care of yourself.
Don't do damage. You just, yeah, you know, that's some people's philosophies. Take care of yourself.
Yeah, you can deal damage if you're dead, type of a thing, but
That is true. Well,
you can with a lot of heroes. You
Yeah.
die with Leshrac, Edict, Venomancer. Well, there are a couple of things, but with most heroes you can't deal the damage.
most people can't deal damage.
heroes, not full.
Gold for
Can
my
deal damage
armor.
after they're dead.
Oh, it's not. Oh, into that dark area. Not an expert on these kind of things.
These stones going towards the ulti orb, going for the Lincoln Sphere. It's already got that perseverance.
Dire's middle tower is
Really
under
just
attack.
creaking to a halt.
Just farm festival. Everyone hitting the creeps. A pick off here and there. But where's that big team
Dire's
fight?
middle tower
RNG
is
lineup
no
is
more.
really good at it. Where is that?
Welcome to the 2021 Farm Festival. Farms are happy to have you. Basher next for the troll. Sitting at 17,000
The
almost.
Dire stand on the hunt for
Kind of
Radiant.
making his way
Radiant's
in. He's
bottom
almost got a
tower is
Basher
under
himself. Battle Fury Manta going for the Basher.
Has
He's
a
also got
shard on top of that. Yeah.
Red Panda. Okay.
But they're trying to do it. He just placed another sentry ward.
Burrow strike comes through on a Eurus. They're trying to take away his mana, the ball lightning, as well as the electric vortex. They've got the silence, but the BKB's been popped by Somnus, so he's okay to keep on going. Exorcism used. This is the first defensive exorcism we're seeing
He
from
places
T-Stones.
another observer ward. Super is just playing some mind games. You know, he plays 2 sentries. He manages to D-ward. He just wanted to have that high ground vision where you want to take the fight, because vision could potentially win them the game. Profit using the exorcism, but that was exorcism
Radiant are
13 runes.
scanning
That's a
for
good thing.
enemies.
Forcing out the BKB from the Storm Spirit. Red Panda, he's one of the few position 5s that really like to invest his early gold into gem. They want to see this Nyx Assassin. They want to see Sanking, get rid of the wards. Now Storm Spirit is holding it, going back to Kaya and Sanj, a bit of status resistance. And, Kaya got a huge buff. Mana region amplification increased from 24 to 50%, so more than double.
Wow. And RNG didn't go in a Roche with that exorcism, so Elephant will. And this is going to be Aegis, Cheese, and Shard. If they get it. Burrow strike, flyby, a little short, goes to the epicenter, pick up anything. Aegis gets picked by Eurus. It's actually snatched. Sonus is dead, flyby's traded. Shadow Trance was used, and he picks up everything.
He got everything. That's a good thing. They managed to get a kill. I'm just looking where the gem is. Can't find it.
It's on Abaddon.
Abaddon? Okay, he's the one holding it. It would be pretty huge if they lost the gem there as well.
Is he? Yeah, he's probably going to give a Shard to Storm, right?
Nah, he's keeping it.
Oh, is he?
There we
He is
go.
on
Rampage.
Rampage.
Give him the rampage. Yep.
Now you can just buy a Rampage. You don't have to get 5 kills anymore. Just need 1,400 gold. Balanced.
I'll take your tribute.
It's a long cooldown on Rampage. It's an 80-second cooldown, 75 mana. It's a good one. It gives either attack speed, or you get status assistance. Depends whether you're melee or range.
Blinks in, blinks out, flyby. It's got to be careful. Sentry wards placed down by both teams over mid. BKB gets Felix still sitting back. It's like he's looking for the perfect black hole.
Seems to be the case.
Like it has to be
They need to be a bit more chaotic in the front lines to set things up. You know, go in. You know where they're going to be grouping around if they land a good arena. So potentially that's the play.
Still 4K behind. Of course, Troll getting a little bit of a boost with that shard in the net worth department.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I feel like throughout this whole game we did not see a single team fight. Like one
Dire's
big team
bottom
fight,
tower
Enigma
has
going
fallen.
in, follow it up by a Sanking, that Prophet running. So Lincoln Sphere done on that Prophet as well.
Will the next
Dire's
item
bottom tower is under attack.
defensive? Can the next item?
I don't think it's possible to get another defensive item after this one. Maybe there is. Buy a Wind Waker, invest 6,000 gold. At this point, you need either Shivas to slow things down and possibly provide a bit more vision, or you need a Hex to be able to control them. But a lot of the Hex value could potentially be lost against Abba's shield.
Regeneration.
RNG are kind of split up a little bit.
Enemies.
This might hurt him. They're gonna dust immediately, looking for the epicenter. Will go in to F-Fly, but the arena's through. Got the Six Assassin.
You dishonor the right.
He's gonna get out, even though he got the Ghost Scepter off. However, Flyby does leave, so it is a trade. A trade that
They will take it.
yeah, BKB's down to 6 for Flyby. I guess he's in, he's out. It's pretty much his job. I don't know if the BKB really matters going from 9 to 6 for him as much. D-Stone's king. In a way.
It just will be done in minute and 20. Maybe then it's time to strike. Enigma has a full duration BKB, Midnight Pulse, level 3 going into Etherlands. I love that build. This is the first time when I saw Jinkyu, I believe, who played Enigma in the previous patch. Like, that was his first item. Just a cast range, mana regeneration, feels good. Also, he decided to go for the 8 CDR. I'm a big fan of Midnight Pulse. Like, I think this, you know, get me wrong, reducing the cooldown on your BKB, on your black hole, that's all fine. But the Midnight Pulse AoE is actually huge. It covers the whole screen.
Yeah, that would be nice to have that extra radius. Jinkyu, I hope season 2 we do end up seeing a techies from him.
No, good, thank you.
He plays a really good for techies. It's fun. It's more fun than you think. Smoke. RNG. They'll come over, spot the troll, smoke broken, God King forced to run.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Hey, just gone in a few seconds. Let's see if we got it. Nice setup. Carabin and there's the
Execution style.
Can we time it?
Does he want to go in? BKB's been popped. He doesn't jump just yet. Looking for that opportunity, maybe looking for the troll to turn around. They've got the Exorcism rolling on a Red Panda. Still chasing this Abaddon. Fields staying far behind. There's the borrowed time. They've got the Burrow Strike. Go back to full health, and now, ooh, they missed a stun. So they'll continue to try to get this kill on a Red.
Evangelizing for my cause.
Too tanky. He has a plate mail, full solar crest. They can't even kill Abba. It was nicely timed gank, but there is no real follow-up. They need to use like either a black hole, or they need to use the Omni Slash on top of him while he's stunned to be able to deal the damage.
Yeah, Felix, it looked like he had the positioning right, and
Not yet, not yet. We're waiting for that 35 to 40 minute black hole.
it's just not going to come out yet. The black hole. So, yeah, so next for the Mars, you've got that Basher ready. Enigma is still going into the Aether Lens.
Shadow Demon, Ag's done, so he can potentially break Juggernaut's critical strike, which is not. Also, you have 3 charges off Demonic Bird.
I've been wanting this.
Right now.
You can just use like those 3 charges on a Juggernaut.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm over here.
After him, they've got the Vortex. Burrow comes in with BKB Popeye Somnus. That doesn't land. BKB was also Popeye Yang.
I was wondering what that sound is. It's the same sound as Aldi.
Jug. It's just the same. Oh,
I believe it is.
So, right now, Enigma is just a red super giant. He's not at the final step. He still needs to go Supernova, and then he'll be able to use the black hole, and it'll be beautiful.
Yeah, we've seen at the major Enigma's being able to almost defeat Supernova like this final boss. He's getting caught, but the quick
I
reaction.
believe he blinked back, Flyby trying to burrow strike away, and now they've got the Midnight Pulse down. Popping the Profit, they're still trying to get to in. It's not enough to save him. Blade Fury all around. Felix looking for his opportunity. There's been a lot of damage here. Omni's on bouncing around. BKB's been popped. There's the fire. Cool, that comes 2 out of 3. They're going to go the Yank over, and they'll take out Urus. Ball lightning in with the Vortex, though. It's going to be a trade as they get the kill on the God King, but they've used the spike character, so they've already started to follow this up. No, not yet. They have the fighting shield, strike. Flyby dying as he gets the burrow strike out. They hit the impale onto the Abaddon. Flyby does buy back, and they're trying to get Red Panda out of mana and out of Volt. Right clicks coming in, and fighting shield. They'll get the kill on Red Panda, they'll take him out. It does force the buyback from Flyby. God King, he's dead too, but they finally use that black hole. It's a 3-man black hole that does get them numbers.
Finally, he lands a good black hole. He stole the gem. Like, you can see how much damage Shadow Demon does in the end. He uses a Soul Catcher, which is maxed out. Like, it's just so much. I want to see how many charges of Demonic Purge he used it on the Juggernaut, because he can just ruin him. He also went for 200 damage on Demonic Purge, level 15 talent. So it's 700 damage times 3 minus magic reduction. It's around 1600 damage, 1500.
Let's see it again. Blink back from Felix. Go after D-Stones. Broken. Bashed. And, oh, there was a bash back from God King, which almost saved D-Stones, but then he was immediately first to hit bash again. You can see Felix. Watch the blink, because Storm's coming in to go to the backlines as I believe he goes for this blink. Yeah, BKB, blink, black hole.
He blinks out. He manages to blink out. Storm was ready to go in. Now check the damage from the Shadow Demon. Soul Catcher on 2 heroes. They just lose so much HP. Back there from Sanking. They managed to take down Jim from Abba, which is pretty big. They have heroes.
Aegis, Cheese, Axe Blessing, Fire. They have nothing to stop this. And again, it is another Aegis for Elephant.
Yeah, I think you give that Aghanim Scepter to Storm Spirit. Free items. So they got a lot of free gold this game from Roshan. They got the Shard, they got the Cheese Aegis, and the Aghanim Scepter on Storm Spirit. This is gonna be big. Like, Zip could potentially ruin them. Troll with the Battle Fury. Mars follows it up. Just like God's Rebuke could make a ton of damage.
Saw a lot of go from the allowance out. Hey, Roche, can we have our 1,400 gold allowance? Yeah, sure. Here we
The
go.
best I can do is 5. You know, this is how it worked for me.
Roche, we're back. We were hoping we could get more allowance this time. How much do you want now? 4,200. Burrow strike hits. Pulls this down. They're trying to get his mana away, and they've got the bashes. There's this. So, FY gets that save. He gets the battle trance off, but he's going through the air. They've got themselves the electric vortex on. They look over at Super with BKB. Regenerate. Misses from Yang. That's pretty uncharacteristic of him. And Scott can do one. They've got themselves the black hole.
Juggernauts! Over here! Here I am! Over here now! I'm over here!
That's going back and forth from Samus, who eat the cheese. Will go into D-Stones. Trying to find a Red Panda. That's helping him so far. He's really been saved a multitude of times. For 90 seconds, but the Blade Fury, the badge,
all of your jumping you could elude me?
Is placed on him, goes up into the air as this Mars, and they kill Yang. Lands up into the ground, they put him at his feet. They'll take him out, no buyback.
That was a good fight from RNG. They almost managed to take down the troll as well, but the Satanic, his ulti, it's just a bit too much. Like, you can see the Juggernaut. He's using the spin with the shard to be able to do the bashes. He's also applying procs from the Mindbreaker, silencing people. I think if I would have enough time to use his Heaven's Halberd there, like when he lands, I don't think there's an instant BKB. First it stuns him, then doesn't pop it, but okay.
Spear misses. Omnisludge take out the Aegis. Flyby goes to the backlines. Felix Looking for that opportunity again, BKB Black Hole, but of course
Illusion.
Disruption continuing to disrupt this fight.
They need to be able to jump Shadow Demon. Like, this is the
he
target
has
to go for.
too
If
much
they can
base.
somehow manage to get a good jump with the possible sanking, but so far, FY position has been amazing. This Philosopher's Stone, they set him up for a really nice game at the start, getting him at the first blood, another kill. He had the 4 or 5 minute mana boots, continues to stack the jungle, finds the Philosopher's Stone, gets the Blink Dagger, and like, it's gonna be hard because I see E on disc. They have nothing that they can
Radiant's
dispel the
bottom
things
tower
with.
is under attack. Radiant
It's going to
structures
be
are
difficult.
fortified.
Going for the Aeon Disc. They pick up a Timeless Relic, an RNG, which is given over to the Nyx Assassin.
Oh, it's a great item on Nyx. Like the carapace lasting 25% longer. He went for the Impale stun, getting closer to level 20, plus 0.6 seconds carapace stun duration. It's quite a lot. That's 3 seconds extra, 0.25, brings him to 3.7 second carapace. So that's gonna be huge.
So still a 16k lead. See what they can find from this. Nothing doing just yet. As over mid. Look, Eurus going into the Swift Blink. He's got that Abyssal. Yang, like we said, he had finished off the death, so he's also going for an Abyssal.
They're trying to itemize to be able to deal with Enigma's BKB.
Almost 25 for Death Prophet. Those extra Exorcism Spirits out there. Output a lot more damage.
Yeah, I think this time around he needs to go for the Exorcism Spirits just to have a bit more damage. Spirit Siphon is all good, you know, don't get me wrong, but the damage coming out from the
Smoke
Spirits
Gang.
could be a bit too high. They're getting close. Oh,
Bro. And he's getting spotted, the TP away from this troll. Blade Fury on top of Yang.
I don't
He's gonna
think you
do himself
understand
in
who
the
you're
air,
dealing
and,
with.
well, that's not gonna help him out.
So they
He drops
lost
the gem.
Is that another gem? I believe that is. They just found 2 gems. Nyx Assassin is holding one. That was bought by Red Panda.
And then they've got the gem on the deck. They've got the Eyes of the World ready to go.
Juggernaut is doing so much with his spin. As I said,
Radiant's
applying
tower is under
dashes, he
attack.
went for Blade Fury DPS on top of that.
Core
Radiant's
for
middle
the
tower
Enigma.
has fallen.
Black hole on a 147 second, 0.2
Oh,
cooldown.
Blade Dude.
Big
Big
difference
changer.
maker. 0.2. It's a lot.
I think I would prefer him to have a refresher. Just get the lens. You still have enough mana to cast the 2 black holes with. Then you can go back to Octarine. And at this point, you don't even have a buyback. Has an engineer who can smoke
Radiant's
himself.
bottom tower is
Gonna
under
be much
attack.
harder to find.
And good are linked.
Radiant's bottom tower is no more.
Yeah, much harder to find, and he's been kind of on it with these blinks and the BKB. Avoiding the storm, getting into the right position. Oh, Jug getting given a bottle. And what is he going to bottle up? Double damage. 2 times the damage.
It's the only time you give someone a bottle. If it's double damage, maybe arcane, but yeah, he would prefer to have a basher inside his inventory.
Yeah, true.
Also-
Especially with what it's been doing for him. You know, we've got these tier 5 items that come out at 60 minutes. I'm ready for tier 2 runes. Triple damage.
Okay.
Triple damage, arcane.
Are you not
Blinding,
today?
vortex, spear.
Crunch.
Enigma! They catch him, he doesn't have buyback. They caught him, I believe, trying to go in with a black hole, but now they're right on top of yours. They've got the disruption.
Over here! Ha! Soak it in!
They've got the right fix, they've got
My
Blow.
true face.
Survive, Pelican likely, and he's dead for. He's gonna buy back and go over to the alpha as quick as he can. They've got the silence out on a year. He's gonna purge that off. They work over, try to kill Somnus. They've got the control. They'll get the kill on Somnus. He's dead. He does not have buyback.
But at what had to use on God King flyby, uses buyback immediately. That, you know, that's why I said Enigma, maybe he should have kept the buyback instead, investing that money into the Octarine core. Like, you get caught, you die, where's the follow-up? Next, Roche may respawn in 20 seconds. Storm Spirit, no. There's another gem on the ground.
Gems.
Radiant are scanning for
Scam
enemies.
comes out, that does connect. Maybe thinking that they're going after Roche in a few seconds as the respawn time
Storm
is 5.
will be able to pick up the gem with his courier. It's being pinged out, but I think it's a bit too late.
Roche, a minute. Right as Storm comes back up. Did they lose both gems? No.
There's
So
one
the
on
the
Nexus Assassin.
They're good. Look at that. Just
It's
oh,
very
God,
hard for
Felix.
Juggernaut. Like, he can potentially use the ulti, but there is a Lotus Orb on Troll, so he can't pop it. That's the big issue. Like, they have no way of dispelling things, and it's one of the best item against the Juggernaut in the mid-late game.
Super did so much in this fight. Just burrowed under the ground, being a nuisance. Spike Carapace, the Impales.
Yeah, they need to deal
I'll take
with
that
this
as
Nexus
tribute.
Assassin.
He was problem
What a
last
bounty!
game.
He was.
And then
And
they
I want
committed
to
to.
see Eon Disc. Like, they have nothing. I mean, they have Shadow Demon ulti. I'm not sure if he wants to save that one to possibly purge it off, and he also take a lot less damage when he's borrowed. If he gets his multiple spells off in a team fight, that's gonna be big. Like, the reflect duration, stun duration on Nyx Assassin, 3.6 seconds. A bit of Kale
Super.
there.
I thought he was setting up. They had the vision in the lane with the obs. He goes into the burrow.
They are inside a
Yeah,
bit.
they're in the Roche. They're trying to get this Aegis Refresh Shard
Roche
and the
is
Ag's
fully
Blessing.
to
They're
the
going to get it
Radiant.
easy for free. Aegis picked up by Eurus. They leave the Refresher
Go
Shard.
and feed my beautiful sister.
And look at the Burrow Strike. That doesn't let him to FY. He blinks away. They've got the spear that's out onto D-Stone.
Coming
He's in a
through.
lot of trouble. He missed a way to float up with the Black Hole. Comes through on the 2. It's going to be up to the Abaddon as well as the Troll with Beacon.
I'm over here.
You're not getting this kill. D-Stones, he goes down. Burrow Strike comes through on the Eurus, but is it going to be enough? I'm going for the Yang. They've got the kill on the ball. Gets the 99 and does that buyback. Flyby. Felix, they're gone with D-Stones. D-Stones in buyback because they used it before, and they're going to look over as Elephant will take the fight.
Yeah, a lot of lag. Haven't seen too much. Decent Black Hole, but the Troll is a bit too much with Satanic, with that Rampage as well. There's still a Refresher Shard inside the pit. Like, this could potentially be a game changer if, like, maybe it's time to scout things out, see what's happening there. You don't see that anyone used it. Maybe they forgot.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Just go get it yourself.
You have to go get it yourself because the couriers don't provide vision inside the Roche pit anymore.
Dire's middle
Get
tower
tier
has
3.
fallen.
Go for the
Radiant's
range
bottom tower
racks,
is
the
under
melee,
attack.
and they defend.
Dire's middle barracks
They're without
has
2
fallen.
heroes. They're without the Black Hole.
Dire's middle
Need
barracks has
everything to
fallen.
go right. Maybe Super can be that turner
Dire
for
stand
them,
tall.
but it's certainly going to be tough.
Radiant's bottom tower
Black
is
Hole,
under
22
attack.
seconds. Pick it up this time.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
Take out another
Dire's
set.
top barracks has fallen.
Looking for
Radiant's
1,000 net
bottom
worth lead.
tower is under attack.
I'm going to go in and close out the game. Still no Black Hole yet available. We'll be up in a couple of seconds. There we go.
Go for it. So it's going to be tough. Considering they still don't have flyby either. They'll land the down. They're just trying to slow this down so they can get all 5 heroes up. Eurus hit with the Spirit Siphon. Now they've got the silence out onto this Troll.
Dire's
But
middle
there's the
tower
Lotus
is
Orb to
under
keep him
attack.
safe. Last tier 3 don't get the last set of racks just yet. So no megas, just supers and super. As it is.
To my house.
Midnight Pulse still doing the work. But I feel like should go in and try to close out this game. Possibly if they get a good jump on Enigma, like they take him down because there are no saves whatsoever.
Zip zap!
They're gonna go in.
What I miss?
Falling
Looking for me.
vortex.
Putting power.
Damage on a D Stones. He's got the BKB. He's hit with the Abyssal Blade. They're gonna blade through in, try and get him away. The black hole plays down on a Euro. You need to be careful about how they cover this. They're gonna stage the impales coming through. The really bad was the Spearless. The ball lightning as well.
Oh, here now! Zip!
But it's a sack. Looking for a deep stones. They got the kill. Got King Wolf. But can they get the kill on the point?
Here I am!
Another emissary of
Assassin is dead. They've got Yang in the air. The Burrow Strike hits, and Yang's getting dead with 5 once again. The gem on the deck for what seems to be the 4th time. That was everything used by RNG. They got the Aegis out of the hands of Elephant. They get the kill on a Yang. However, is that enough to hold this team in the balance where RNG can make a comeback once again?
Super is just doing so much work on this next assassin. The Timeless Relic, the longer duration stuns, the carrot bases. They are trying to focus him down. Not the best black hole. They managed to kill Juggernaut, kill but I think he needs to play a bit more risky, save that black hole for potentially, you know, multiple man black hole, because this is their way back into this game.
So, we watch that replay. Vortex, almost enough. Gosh, Nyx Assassin is surviving for so long. Spike Carapace, look at that. Stuns up 3. So I stunned up even 4. Finally, he dies, but they have to leave yet.
I think this Octarine core on Enigma was not the greatest pickup. It's just, Lens is fine to have a bit more mana, the cast range, that is also good, but you invested another 3,000 gold that could have potentially been a refresher, and also at this stage of the game, Ninja Gear is fine, you still have Philosopher, get some value from it.
Yep. Also went Shard, by the way.
Shard, Enigma Shard is good, you know, the faster you move, the faster it pulls. I've seen Beavers just getting, you know, sucked into the black hole.
Just pulling them into the black hole. Past that event horizon. Coming back. Shows potential to bring the game back. 40k net worth here for Garrus. Wow.
He got a couple of free items from Roche.
Yeah. Open that allowance. I need more allowance.
I'm over here!
Bump that lightning in, and they will find G-Stones once again. He has been the target every single time they try to make a move here. And the right clicks coming in. G-Stones is just gonna die. He doesn't have body. Wow, that goes to what I do. They don't have anybody to follow this up.
Mega kill! Double kill! Double kill!
No losing points. So that point, he did this great here for
Double kill!
out on San. Over here is that's gonna lock in 2 heroes and help. Strike comes in, they get a kill. God King has 5 X.
Where's the party?
And his BKB is about to run out, so he's forced to ball lightning away. And they pick up another gem.
There's 2 gems on the ground. You can just pick it up. Like he's just, you know, I'll keep one. I don't necessarily need to pick up the second one. He could potentially put the observers and sentries in his backpack and just take another gem, but does not want to do it.
So no Enigma for 66, no Black Hole for 60. They need to be able to hold. They bought back on 4 heroes on Elephant. That opens up opportunity for RNG, but they're right here back at the base again.
Enigma does not have 5 back for another 2 minutes. They want to go in and try to close out this game. Nyx Assassin with the Burrow Strikes, with the mana burn, Sanking also trying to set things up with his Burrow Strike. Yeah, Impale.
Disarm, reflects, that's fine.
He's very low mana, actually has no mana now. So can't use the ulti, can't use axes, can't use Abyssal. Exactly. So they're gonna need to go back.
Wow, so that lets the Enigma come back up.
They potentially have one more fight. Enigma getting closer to the refresher. Like, I love efficiency. I'm all about that efficiency. When you're dead, you have Philosopher's Stone. Why don't you just put it in? Instead of keeping the ninja gear, it's free gold.
Literally free gold.
Over here now.
Every time they've gone. And it did work.
Oh, it's
Dire are scanning
been out.
for
They
enemies.
found the refresher
Dude,
inside
who
the
left
pit.
this here? Who left this refresh? Now the question is,
Radiant
RNG
are
expect
scanning
this?
for enemies.
Or a refresher shard this late?
You don't.
They've smoked up.
Well, thank you.
They're
Like, this could
okay.
potentially be game losing. If Enigma could have picked it up,
Yeah.
even that profit. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Almost a refresher for the Death Prophet. Death has to survive. They've been focusing their attention on the Death Prophet a lot. Lotus Orb, mana burn on the both, reflected with the Lotus Orb,
So they gave it to the Shadow Demon.
which is smart, I think. He's been doing a lot.
He's been doing quite a lot.
He has
you know.
been clutch.
Those demonic per charges 6. You just drop it on one hero. That hero is dead.
Abaddon has that Ags.
We've seen it in the first game.
Yeah.
Parallel walls, 3 walls used at the same time. Unfortunately, we didn't see 6.
I think we saw it 5 at the end, right?
It was
Because he
4.
had the parallel, and then he had the 2. I don't know. Oh, it was a lot.
But this time around, Shadow Demon also trying to get his refresher plus a refresher shard. Exorcism pop.
They're into the pit. They're going to try and get themselves their first Roche of the game, the 4th Roche of the game. There's 5 minutes until tier 5s, and it looks like this is going to be close.
Yeah, this is big. With level 25 Miscoil talent and the Ags, he's going to be shooting those
Forward to the
coils.
dire.
They've got themselves the Aegis. All right. Cheese picked up.
All right,
Just getting
slow
Axe
it
Blessing.
down. I don't see what's happening. Just go back until Kala passes.
Break through the
Double
firewall.
damage.
So yeah, go back to the Abatok. Aghanim Scepter, whenever someone takes 500 damage, Miscoil will automatically fire. But it's an AoE coil with the talent. It works. Last time I tested it, it worked.
Stupendous.
That's where the blessing goes to. Question is he going to use it? No, he gave it to the Enigma. Okay. Gave it to the Enigma. Refresher shard on Enigma. If he could get the double black hole.
Triple black hole, possibly.
Yeah.
Like at this point, I wouldn't mind seeing him sell the mech and potentially just have buyback and the refresher.
Hard being built for the Death Prophet. And now this game, it doesn't matter. The buybacks are lacking. They've got the Aegis on the Jug. So he's ready with a second life. This is their first Roche of the game.
And this
And it
whole
comes in a
series
big
has been chaotic, pretty intense. You never know who's gonna win until the end, so we need to see who will execute it better. Storm Spirit, Full Blood Thorn, Sight of Vice, level 29. Like, what more can you ask from this hero? Troll also has Whirling Axes upgraded. Like, look at Troll, he has so many abilities. Like, Battle Trance is a strong dispel as well.
Buttons to press for that troll. By the way, Nyx Assassin's open 5. He's got that extra ability.
This time around, he decided to go for a different talent, which I think it's better, because they are not the ones who are trying to get the stuff going on the map. It's all
I'll
about
take
that
your tribute.
defense. They're defending the high ground, defending the 3 towers, and yeah, he's sitting at 33 armor, which is 65% physical resistance. It's not about dealing the right clicks, but it's all about being a more survivable shard, as you said. Gonna be built by Death Prophet, so that's gonna give her 1 extra charge, and it's fear. Like before, it was reducing the armor, and now, if you're siphoned for 4 seconds, it's a 2-second fear.
So we're about to get to tier 5. We're actually going to see this.
Storm Force double damage.
Alleviate. But I'm used to this. The side showing. We're okay. The action is still alive. The action is still there.
sometimes it happens, you know, and we have but a very entertaining game.
If we all hold hands, it'll be okay. I think both teams are gonna concede to 60 minutes.
Yeah, you're gonna wait. You're gonna wait.
What can I get?
Ages
Let's
will
roll the
expire.
dice.
They don't have that
Radiant are scanning
ballista
for
carrier this
enemies.
time around, because Troll wants to be in melee form. What else is potentially good? Like Stygian Desolator, always good.
Ooh.
Always good. Apex feels fine. Mirror Shield. What about Giant's Ring? Who do you
That
give it?
always feels great. Give it to the Enigma. I just want to see the Enigma with it.
Radiant's top tower is under
ready.
attack.
Going for the top tier 2. And it's gone.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Butterfly being built. 60 minutes and 30 seconds.
First Shield feels like one of the best ones, where you just reflect things, like potentially on Enigma stopping any Abyssal initiative. It's very hard for them to get the Abyssal on. Like Yang needs to be in a perfect position pretty much. Like look at the, if you click over hover over Abyssal Blade, it's just so small. So if like Black Hole is used on top of himself,
Double
you
damage.
can't stop it. Like you need to be inside something that he needs to be careful about, and there's all
I'll
of
take
this
that as
opportunity.
tribute.
I don't think it's even doable.
Apex.
Like you need to have BKB also running, because Shard from Enigma will pull you in.
So Apex down by the Jug. Seer Stone. Cast range. Vision bonus. 10 mana regen.
So cast range while he's
Book of
borrowed,
Shadows.
he's gonna test that. Like he just himself. Let's see. Oh my god. Oh my god. What is this?
Full screen.
It's bigger. It's actually bigger than the full screen.
And now he's going after it. He's like, I like this. This is mine. I'm keeping this. Oh my god. Book of Shadows, Giant's Ring. Help by the... He's massive. He's actually massive. It's the biggest Cliff TZ I've ever seen.
40 strength, 60 movement speed, so you can sell your boots. And all his items are very well color coordinated.
Ex Machina and Pirate Hat. All right, well, a Pirate Hat. Yar. The Pirate life.
Always find the bounty rune, so they...
Fallen Sky. I don't know. I'm always interested by every single one. A ballista. Oh, okay. That
They don't have the hero. Like in this game, like no real value from Ballista. They don't have that edgy range hero that can just push them away.
See, Death Prophet's going Fallen Sky. What if it was like Enigma? Fallen Sky, boom, slam down, Black Hole,
For me.
refresh, Fallen Sky.
Black Hole, Midnight Falls.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So we have Juggernaut still holding Illusion Escape. He was not very lucky in this one. Ex Machina on the Storm, so he can refresh all of his items. Double Bloodthorn, double Lincoln Sphere, double Sight of Vice, BKB, you name it. Shadow Demon just holding a Telescope for now. Abba, level 26. I want to see how much damage he can transition into healing with the coil, with the Mist AoE coil.
Interesting. So
Sanking is best.
Apex, yeah, he was given it to him by the Jug.
Jug's like,
Mine
"Nah,
is
I'm
truly a
keeping this
blessed
one."
life.
Yeah, Jug.
He has
The
45.
Luminous Cave.
100 HP, but Nyx Assassin is the hero to look out for with the Seer Stone. There's one dude.
I mean,
He's just
so-
faking it.
Well, yeah, well, the whole sound goes off. Burrow's just gonna come in. They're gonna look over. They've got the Abyssal Blade on fire with the Wolf, so it's gonna be okay for now. They've got themselves the Sun as well as the Abyssal Blade that's gonna be working with the Wolf. They've already in. They've also got the Hex out of the Jug. They're looking over some Black. Comes in. 3 cores on the side of Elephant. They've got the refresh commitment. He died. Fuses are dying. He got the Hadouken over. Got the Control again! You're a gang refresh! He got it! He fought back! It's a full team wipe! They have 5 buyback's
back.
available.
They bought back on 3 heroes already. Who has the buyback left? Troll, he has a buyback, not using it right now. Same goes for Mars, so they potentially could buy back on all 5 heroes. That was nicely executed. I did not see what happened there, like how he instantly died after using the black hole. At the buyback right now, because that's all that matters at the moment. Like Enigma, use the buyback. They need to be able to take care of Enigma, potentially save him from Fallen Sky.
Roche is up in 36 seconds. Fury going for the tier 3. These auto remnants are a pain.
Radiant structures are
Pick up a
fortified.
glyph. They can back up go for Roche, but they don't know what's up.
Radiant's middle tower is under
By the
attack.
Mars. There it is.
Radiant's middle
There is
tower
a fourth
has
buyback
fallen.
from Elephant.
Trying to hold yours is buyback.
Juggernaut!
33 seconds on the left off
Radiant's
but they do have
middle barracks
refresher.
has fallen.
Finding in, finding out. They've got the arena damage. Well, this is going to come through in the next assassin who's burrowed into the ground with the BKB being popped by them. The use that buyback. He goes over. They can make the black hole. They go. Black hole's out of the Mars.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
For 2 minutes, they went for years. Doesn't have a lot to do it with the battle trades. He's trying to keep him alive. The BKB's been popped by. Seven of those black hole work with. Can they kill Eurus off? He's got repellently fighting. No game one for Elvin. RNG are going to completely
Is
upset.
under attack.
They don't have anybody. GG is called.
Dyer's middle tower
RNG takes a
is no
2-0.
Man, I can't believe they did it.
Radiant's
After,
middle
like,
tower
it's
has
pretty much the
fallen.
same thing
Victory.
that happened in the first to the laning stage. Most of the heroes are in the jungle. For all you people out there who are like, yeah, we should